First of all, introductions. My name's Patricia Docherty and Marion Hopkins, another colleague, both from Glasgow City Council. And we've come along this morning to tell you a wee bit about the work that we're doing in Glasgow for not only our young people but for our long-term unemployed. So I'll just start by telling you a wee bit about the background and why really everything is entitled the Commonwealth Initiatives. Obviously, following Glasgow's successful bid to host the Commonwealth Games in 2014, our leader of the council wanted to ensure there was a legacy left to the people of Glasgow following the Games. Now, obviously you'll be aware of the new builds that are going on across the city, the new sports facilities, new housing, etc. But as well as that, our leader wanted to ensure there would be an investment for the people of Glasgow, and that came in the form of real job opportunities for Glaswegians. We currently have 3 funds which we are able to help people get back into the workplace, and from the 1st of April, from this Sunday, there will be a 4th fund launched. The first fund we have, and probably the biggest one that will interest most people this morning, is the Commonwealth Apprenticeship Initiative, which is obviously for our Glasgow school leavers. We then have the Commonwealth Jobs Fund, which is aimed at people who are unemployed, but also recently we changed that criteria to include over 50s, people finding it difficult to get back into the workplace. The Commonwealth Graduate Fund, a relatively new initiative, it was only launched in November of last year. And the Commonwealth Youth Fund, which is the new fund I spoke about, which will be launched this Sunday. Detail is very, very limited, but Marion will tell you a wee bit about that fund and what we hope that's going to look like. So first of all, the Commonwealth Apprenticeship Initiative, launched in 2009. This is the initiative that's been running the longest. We work, as I've mentioned, with Glasgow school leavers. Now, we have approximately 5,000 young people leave our Glasgow schools every year, and that's between summertime and obviously winter leavers. So between June and December, as I say, 5,000. There are obviously many more leave in the summer period, and we work very closely with our colleagues in the secondary schools to target young people towards these opportunities for apprenticeships. So how do we do that? Well, the fund was able to allow us to offer this carrot to employers to assist our young people into employment. We're able to offer a financial incentive, and that comes in the form of a wage subsidy, which allows employers to ensure these young people start their apprenticeship, where we will pay them up to £8,000 towards that young person's term of apprenticeship. Now, I say up to £8,000, that amount depends very much on the type of apprenticeship and the duration of the apprenticeship. So they range very much from anywhere from 2 years to 4 years. Types of apprenticeships, again, they vary, and we have managed to develop lots of new and exciting opportunities for our young people. Obviously, we have the traditional trade apprenticeships, which are still very, very popular with our young people in schools. When we go out to schools and talk to particularly young boys, the majority will tell you they want to be a joiner. But obviously we're trying to change that, to dispel that myth that apprenticeships are actually only about trade or admin type opportunities. We have now moved very much towards financial sector opportunities, life sciences, we have lots of opportunities available in these areas, and accountancy, for example, another very, very exciting opportunity where we work with the AAT and take young people through a 4-year apprenticeship, which will give them the equivalent of their degree had they gone to university. Numbers to date, so since 2009 we have worked with over 2,000 young people and helped them into securing an apprenticeship. To do this, we have secured partnerships with over 400 private sector employers, as well as obviously the council services and our ALIOs. These are our arm's length organisations. We're able to secure lots of opportunities through these services too. I should have mentioned, I think we'll wait until the end and we'll take questions on any of the funds. The Commonwealth Jobs Fund, I mentioned earlier, which is aimed primarily at long-term unemployed and 50 plus. Now, people who, to become eligible for this fund, must have been unemployed for a period of 13 weeks prior to recruitment. They must be in receipt of benefit and be able to prove their eligibility for that. For our fund, they must prove these benefits. And again, similar to the apprentice opportunities, we link with businesses to enable the people to return to work. And we offer a wage subsidy, which is up to 50% of the first year's salary. Now, these must be permanent jobs. They must be in addition to any other recruitment going on in the workforce. And to date, we have worked with 135 people in helping them secure employment. This fund has only been going for about a year. The target for this fund is 1,000 people, so still quite a bit of work to be done on that one. But again, it's in terms of our marketing and awareness, raising awareness for all of these funds. There's lots of work going on across the city for that fund too. So I'm just going to hand over to Marion now, who will talk you through the other two funds.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me okay? I'm not on the microphone, I'm on this one. Okay, my name's Marion Hopkins, and as Tricia said at the end, if there's anything anyone wants to ask, feel free. You said I would do that, didn't you? What one? I've done. I didn't think I'd placed it.
Where's the end of the slideshow? There's only 7 slides there. Is it the wrong slideshow?
I've maybe clicked too fast.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, thanks. Okay then, we'll start again. Okay, a new initiative just in November 2011 is the Commonwealth Graduate Fund. Now, this was launched by the leader in November 2011, really because in Glasgow, you know, we do produce many highly skilled graduates, and the leader is keen to try and keep these graduates employed in and around Glasgow. There's a £10 million fund being put aside for these graduates over the next 3 years. It's open to graduates of any age. The criteria for it, though, is that they have to have graduated, you know, since May 2009. The reason we've chosen 2009 is obviously in 2009 the graduate market was very poor. There was very few graduates got employed with the recession, etc. So we were really keen, the leader was really keen to get something moving for graduate employment. It is any degree qualification, so there's not any restrictions. There are some areas that obviously that are quite popular. Marketing seems to be quite a popular one from the business point of view. There are IT ones, but we've got quite a variety. We've got science. We've got quite a few vacancies actually on just now, and I'll give you the numbers shortly. One of the things I have to mention though, it is not an HND, it has to be a degree. Okay, we do sometimes get inquiries from people that are asking if an HND is equivalent, and at this point in time it's not. It's those people who have finished university with a degree qualification. Similar to the Commonwealth Jobs Fund, what it is, it has to be a job, and the minimum employment period is 18 months, preferably 2 years. So what we're asking employers is that they have to take them on for a minimum of 18 months, but preferably 2 years. We would prefer it longer than that, and if employers can guarantee it. What we do find is that there are a lot of employers out there who are happy. It has to be in addition to, it's not got to be part of a graduate programme. If, for example, a company already have a graduate programme and they have been running with it, but they've maybe had to drop the numbers due to the recession, then what we're saying is, well, okay, then we will look at anything that we can put on as an additional number. If graduates have been employed in the company, say they've been taking 8 graduates a year, then it would need to be in addition to those 8 graduates. If, however, they used to take 8 and had dropped to 2 or dropped to 1, then we would look at maybe an added 1 or 2 onto that. It's all about giving the company an incentive. The graduate themselves have to be unemployed or underemployed, and in brackets, that's not graduate employment. Now that actually opens up the market. It makes it much wider, because there are a lot of graduates out there who aren't working in a graduate post but may be working, so therefore they are entitled to come onto the programme. The minimum time is 13 weeks. It was 26 weeks, it's just recently changed. We've managed to get it down to 13 weeks. To the company, we offer the company up an incentive of up to £10,000. It's capped at £10,000. Obviously, if a company wants to come on and offer a graduate 18,000, then we'll give them 9,000. It's only paid in the first year. It's 50%. Really, what we're saying is, if you offer them a salary of if it's over 20,000, we'll cap it at 10. Now, the reason we do that is you're not going to get much payback from a graduate, say, in the first year. And what we're really saying is that, we'll assist you with that salary. Our target is 1,000 graduates over the next 3 years. It's pretty hopeful, let me say. I think there probably will be 1,000 graduates out there over the next 3 years, but I'm going to give you some figures which you may find surprising and may not. At the present time, we've only recently launched it. The infrastructure wasn't really there. It was launched in November, but the infrastructure behind it, we just sort of we've got quite a good system for our apprentices, so we wanted to mirror that for the graduates, but obviously we had to get all the IT systems set up and things like that. So it has taken, it's taken up to just about now to get it right. So we have it on the same system. We do it, it's via a web page, and the graduates can apply. We have currently got about 33 graduate vacancies. We've placed approximately 20 already. We have 290 graduates already registered. We have 114 that we need to invite in. We've got to check the graduate eligibility, and I'll tell you a bit about that. The graduates must live in Glasgow. They have to prove that they are a resident in Glasgow. And that is obviously just, that's because it's a Glasgow money that's been put into the whole fund. Of the 114 to be invited in, hopefully many of them will have read the criteria, and most of them probably will be eligible. We have 140 of those 295 graduates who have registered. 140 haven't even hit the button to apply for a post. Now, most of the graduates, most of the posts we have, there are very similar. They've got their degree in some of the jobs that we've got, but they're not applying for them. And as I say, presently we have 33 vacancies. Looking at it the other day, I would say there was probably about 6 vacancies still had no applicants next to them. We are finding it difficult to get graduates to come on board and actually apply for the vacancies. But we do think it will get better. We're going to be represented at quite a few places during the summer. There's an exhibition in George Square, so we're hoping to be at that. We'll be going to some of the university things to make ourselves a wee bit better known. We are still relatively new in the market for this. We have ongoing inquiries from employers. There are a lot of employers out there that are looking to take on graduates. We are targeting mainly small, medium enterprise companies, usually 250 employees or less, but we have got and will be considering other larger employers, but they may not take in the full incentive. They may only get maybe 40%, but all that just depends on when a business engagement officer discusses it with them. Okay, I don't think I've missed anything else out on that. The next one. This is an interesting one. This has been launched on the 1st of April, which is of course a Sunday. I have to say I don't really have a great deal of information on this. I will give you what I've got. That's about not a lot. This really is a new fund that's been brought in to bridge the gap for young people who maybe haven't been apprenticeship ready, who have maybe gone round the system in a variety of different programmes. It may be for some young people who have maybe attempted to go to college and not finished the college course, or have finished the college course and not found what they're looking for. The young people in this programme will be referred to us. They won't be just able to apply, if you like. They will be referred from one of the agencies which are part of the whole youth employability group that we presently have in Glasgow. We've got a number of the divided into sectors, 3 different sectors across the city, and really our job is to try and increase the employability of these young people who potentially may in 2 or 3 years' time be signing on and claiming benefits. We're trying to capture those people before they get to that stage. Once again, it's for 16 to 19 year olds. There is a wage and training, but the training it's not like a modern apprenticeship where a young person has to follow a modern apprenticeship route and go down that route. This may be bespoke training that maybe a young person, say working in the catering industry, there's a job there for them, but they have to get additional training, maybe some sort of a hygiene certificate or something, or someone working, they maybe need to get manual handling, might be someone maybe just getting an IT qualification, ECDL. As I say, this is a bit patchy just now because we don't have a lot of detail on it. There will be a financial incentive to employers, but we're not yet sure of what that will be capped at. The referral agencies will probably be careers regeneration agencies coming to us, and we will put them on the system and someone will then be caseload managed, and we will try and tie them up with companies who are willing to take them on and employ them. Okay, I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, has anybody got any questions just now they want to ask on any particular? Sorry. This one? That's why I've left this one to last, because we reckon this is the one that's going to get the most questions. More information? When will it be available? Maybe next week? I don't know. We've actually got a development day. The information's just not really there just now. There's nothing much. I mean, I've given you as much as I can on it, but we do know that we have numbers of young people who are going to be, I think some of them are already identified as red, amber and green, but obviously there's people out there who have already left school, and I would imagine some of these people will come back through the regeneration agencies or the careers, maybe job centre as well. So the information, I haven't got a date as to when. I'm presuming that you'll probably get it as soon as we get it, which might be Friday this week.
There will be obviously some press information following the release as well. We will have a press launch, and obviously by that stage we will have to have more information. As Marion said, we have a development day on Monday coming, the 2nd of April. There's not much going to happen on Sunday, clearly, but certainly, as Marion said, by the end of next week we would hope to have much more information on that.
We're kind of used to that. We're kind of used to that. Kind of working, somebody announces something and then they say that, okay, go ahead with it and see what we can do. Yes.
Students at university, do you offer any placements during the summer for them?
We actually have a graduate internship that is currently, now that's been advertised, and I think it was quite poorly responded to as well. But we do have an internship just now.
Who would they contact?
It's Liz Logan. Liz Logan. We'll give you the details when we finish.
Great, thank you.
As with all things, Yes, it's generally Glasgow residents, obviously because all the money's getting put in Glasgow.
Yeah, can I just ask the school leavers, sort of 16 to 19-year-olds, whether they're going to be leaving in the summer or if they've already left, what sort of qualification level will they need?
For a modern apprenticeship?
Not for the modern apprenticeship, to qualify for the youth fund.
The qualification, there's no SQA qualification level required for that, but it'll be whether they've been identified as being in that group that are maybe going to, as I say, it's to bridge the gap. They will be unemployed. Anything else? Can't believe we haven't got any more questions on this one. No? Nothing? Oh yes, sorry, if there's anything you want to ask, the speaker's corner at the bottom, just down, there's some tables down at the bottom of the hall. We will be down there if anyone wants to come along and ask individual questions. Happy to help. Okay, thanks very much.